It's dinner time for me tonight, and I'm cooking myself dinner on 2 Twig stoves. And I'm looking forward to this because I've got a lovely bit of steak. So I've got a onetigris stove there, all loaded up, ready to go. I've got a tomshoo stove sitting there, loaded up, ready to go. I've got my new wok there that I found up the boot fair on Sunday, so this will be the first time I'm using that wok. I've got some reggae sauce. I've got that lot there that I'm going to fry up together, and this lovely bit of shazans steak. Look at that, 21-day mature beef ribeye steak. And it's a yellow ticket find. Look, that was a good find. And you know that bit of steak is gonna be really tasty. So let's get me lighter and let's get onetigris alight. Get him into action, ready for a bit of cooking. So look, he's gone up, no problem today. All that's in there is twigs and paper, no firelighters. So that's gone up really quick and easy today, straight up, no dramas with onetigris today. So let's get me new little wok on. And it looks alright, that wok. I haven't used it yet. Like I said, I found that up the boot fair on Sunday, so this will be the first time I'm using that little wok. Because at the minute I've only got a big one, so that'll be good, that little one. So let's get straight in, do a bit of chopping and get stuff cooking. Now I've got some red pepper, some yellow pepper and some green pepper. I've got some mushrooms, some onion and some tomatoes, and I'm just going to fry all this lot up together and put some reggae sauce on it while it's cooking and mix it all in, and then just have the steak with this lot. So if you're a vegetarian, you can watch the first half of this video, because this will be like a nice vegetarian stir fry done with a bit of reggae sauce. But as soon as I open up that juicy ribeye steak, you'll have to turn off and go and watch something else. But don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons before you go. So I'm just chopping the pepper up into little chunks. I'm not doing it that small. And I'm getting it into the wok first because it will take the longest to cook this pepper. I shall get the onions in next because they will need a bit of time as well. So the 3 colours of pepper, red, yellow and green. They don't really taste no different, do they? I think the only one that tastes a little bit different is the green one. The red and the yellow one, to me, they do taste the same. So I'm just going to chop the onion up into chunks as well. I'm not doing this tiny. Just get rid of that out a bit because it's still got a bit of the onion skin on it. I don't want that in there. So that's the first onion chopped up, get rid of that bit. Same with this one. Just chop it up, nice little chunks, that's got a bit of skin on it as well, that bit. Get rid of that. So this is just going to be nice and rustic. I'm not doing no fine chopping here, just big chunks. I think it'll taste better with this steak. Nice big chunks of onion and pepper, all coated up with a nice bit of reggae sauce. I do like that reggae sauce. If you've never had it, you should give it a try. It is really tasty, the old reggae sauce. And it gives really good flavour to something like this, what I'm cooking today. So let's just get a few more twigs into onetigris. Now that onion and pepper's all chopped up, and then I shall give it a stir round. Get a few twigs into there so it doesn't go out. There's nothing worse than your twig stove going out halfway through cooking. So that'll keep him going for a little while. So let's go up to the wok. I should get my spatula and just give this lot a little stir round. So that's that lot cooking away nicely. So let's chop up with tomatoes and my mushrooms. Now these are again nice little cherry tomatoes that I got off the man next door. So these are fresh as anything, these tomatoes. They was only picked off the vine earlier today. So I'm just going to chop them up into little bits, throw them in there. You could put these in whole if you wanted to and cook them like that, but I'm going to chop them up today. And I was going to do this steak with like some little fried potatoes and then mushrooms. But then the man next door said, "Do you want some tomatoes?" and gave me this lot. And then I thought, oh, I've got some pepper and that, I'll just do a little stir fry with it. And then spice it up with a bit of reggae sauce. Because it'd be nice, this little bit on the side. Tomatoes, mushrooms, peppers and onions, bit of reggae sauce. It's a right easy one to do. And I'll tell you what, try it. It's really tasty. And I would have put chorizo in this as well if I had any. So if you make this and you've got some of the old chorizo sausage, slice some of that up and fry it in there with it as well. Because that works really well with this. So I'm just going to chop my mushrooms up, and the same again. I'm just chopping them into nice big rustic chunks. There's no fancy chopping going on here today. So let's just cut this last mushroom up. And then that's it. All my chopping is done. So let's throw that lot into the wok. It's quite big, this little wok. I've got a load of gear in there and it's not full up yet. You can get loads in this. So just put that tomato juice in there off the board because that is all flavour. And then let me grab the camera now my chopping is done. And let's just do a few more twigs into onetigris. Sort him out a little bit. Push them ones in there a bit further. And let's get some more twigs into him. And they do go through quite a lot of twigs, these stoves. You need a big pile. When you start cooking, make sure you've got a load of twigs ready to go. Because there is nothing worse than running out of twigs halfway through cooking. So I'll just get a couple more in there and then that'll keep him going for a little while. Last one, bung that one in and let's give me a little stir fry stir about. See what I mean? It only looks really tiny, this wok, but it's took all that lot, no problem. Yeah, I like my new wok, it's good. And it's quite a nice size. If I'm out camping and that, I'll be able to make myself a nice stir fry in here and just eat it straight out of the wok like a bowl, and then I'll save on the washing up. So let's get a bit of reggae sauce in there now, so it all starts marinating it while it is cooking. Because there's a lot of flavour in this sauce, there really is. You don't need a load of it in there because it'll overpower it all. If you put too much in, you won't taste nothing else other than this sauce. So that's enough really, that'll do. Pop the lid back on the reggae sauce. And let's give this lot a stir round. So let's push me twigs in there because the ends of them are burning off now. So let's just push them in. And I'm about ready to do the steak, I think. So let's fire up tomshoo. Nothing in there again but twigs and paper, and look at that, tomshoo always goes up really good. That's what I like about that little stove. It just bursts into life so quick, that one. I do think of all the stoves I've got, and I've got quite a lot, tomshoo is the easiest one to light. It just always goes straight up. So let's get me frying pan on there, get that warming up, and then I shall give me stir fry another little stir round, and then we'll put the steak on. So yeah, look, it's looking good in there, it's all cooking away lovely. And you know you lot are getting hungry now at home. I'm getting hungry now as well, because that lot in that wok there is smelling really good with that reggae sauce on it, all cooking away. It's going to smell even better in a minute when I get my steak going. Right, it's time for you vegetarians to sling your hook. But like I said, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, because I did cook you a nice tasty stir fry with reggae sauce. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And look at that, tasty 21-day mature ribeye steak. And I know that's going to be good because I've had these shazans steaks before. And they really do just melt in your mouth. They are so soft. And I'm really not going to cook this steak for very long. I don't like steak well done. So you might want to cook your steak a bit longer than I do. So let's flip it over. So I shall flip that again now. Give it a little bit more on this side and then flip it again. Give me a little reggae stir fry, another little stir about. That's cooked now, that is, that lot. Right, so I'm going to call it on that. That steak is done enough for me. So I'm ready to go. That is all cooked, ready to go and smelling really good. And you know you lot, you're all jealous of my dinner tonight, 'cause what you got? Beans on toast. And what the rest of you having? Pot noodles? Cool, no wonder you're all jealous of my steak if you lot are living on beans on toast and pot noodles. Well, I shall think of you lot living it up with your pot noodles and beans on toast while I am tucking into my big fat juicy ribeye. Look at that, it does look good, that steak, don't it? It's a nice bit of steak, that is. So let's put me reggae stir fry on the side. Well, it's not really a stir fry, is it? Well, I suppose it is. I did fry it and I did stir it, but I don't really know what you'd call that. I shall call it a warrior concoction. So all I'm going to do now is go back to the wok because there is a ton of flavour in there. So I should put a little bit of water in there. Stir it around, get all them flavours going. And then add a bit more reggae sauce to that. And then pour it over my steak. Because there'd be loads of flavours going on in that little bit there. So let's get some reggae sauce. Take the lid off. Put some into here. And then I should just mix it about and boil some of the water off so it thickens up a bit, and that'll make a nice little sauce. Or is it a jus? Have I made Twig stove jus? Yeah, I think I have. Twig stove jus. Now, not many people have made that before. Looks tasty though, and there's a ton of flavours in that now. So there you go. This could be a YouTube first. Twig stove jus. Now you don't see that on MasterChef, do ya? So let's pour that over me stir fry. Little bit on me steak. And there you go. That takes that to another level. Yeah, look at that. It looks good, don't it? Hope you enjoy your pot noodle. So all I need to do now is to put some beers with that, just to make you lot even more jealous. Because I've got a nice few beers here with me. So let's put some beers with it, because beers always makes your food look better and taste better. And look at that, you lot are well jealous now, because what you lot got? Beans on toast and a can of Vimto. Oh, remind me not to come round your house for dinner. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe and then you can join me again to see what tasty, delicious treats I am cooking next.